Okay, I'm just gonna shamelessly do this. My name is Dana. I've been a model for about 9 years. I have a marketing degree. I also have a certification in front-end development. I can speak 2 other languages. I'm currently living in London, and I've been applying for jobs for over 6 months and zero responses. So if anyone knows anybody hiring, I'm more than happy to send my resume.
One thing for sure and 2 things for certain. Listen closely. If you have a job in this economy, you best hold on to that shit tight for the next 4 years minimum. This UK job market is no joke. Speaking from someone that used to bang jobs from left, right, center, the game has gotten tougher. I better start racking up that bread, cause ciao.
You know the economy's bad when people who study those really well-respected subjects are just broke. Yeah, I had a friend called me, he did an engineering degree. He can't find a job. I got friends who've done maths degrees, economic degrees, and they're literally working in retail. Like, eventually they'll get a job in that field of study, but not for a while. Like, they got to go through so many steps. They would have been better off if they just became an Uber driver, honestly. That's how oversaturated uni degrees are. And some of you are still trying to study some ridiculous subject because it's fun. Yeah, you want to study your philosophy and your gender stuff. My friend, you're going to struggle if you do that. God bless if your parents are rich, yeah? Do what you want. But if you do it outside of that reason, you're an idiot. You're either ignorant, naive, or just stupid.
Can we just talk about finding a job after uni? So I graduated like 6 months ago and I have just got my first interview. I have been applying like crazy. Like, it's literally a full-time job. Like, it's like you literally work so hard to get your degree, and then it's almost like you have no time to feel like you've accomplished something because you're just constantly like, okay, like, get a job quickly, like, and everyone's like, no, you don't have experience, like, we need someone with experience. And it's almost like that degree is just kind of like for nothing. Why is it so hard to work? Like, I'm offering you labor. Why is this a thing? Like, I don't get it. Especially if you don't really have experience. I just don't feel like it was pushed on students enough at uni. Then you start from square one, like applying for apprenticeships, applying for work experience, volunteering. Like, we're not taking on any more people, and I'm like, reiterate the non-paid part. Like, you don't know what you're doing, you feel like a bum. I just would like to know what this system is. Like, why is this a thing?
Why is the UK grad scheme market, entry-level market, job market in general so cooked? Bro, I've been trying to find jobs for ages, yeah? Like full-time jobs, entry-level jobs, grad scheme jobs, just trying to get some experience under my hand, get a few, dollar, sweet money. But no one's hiring. What's going on? They say anyone with these transferable skills can apply. I have the transferable skills necessary, yeah, from my previous experience and stuff. But then when you go to the interview, they reject you after interview. It's so cooked. It's genuinely so cooked. And then if I go back and do a master's, yeah, and then I graduate with a master's and then apply for the same types of roles with a master's, they're just going to say I'm overqualified. So it's a lose-lose situation. What's going on? What is genuinely going on? But then to apply for an internship, you need experience. But then to get experience, you need to have like 5 years level of PhD worth of intellect, which no one has. I'm actually so done with the job market. Obviously, I'm going to carry on and continue applying, but it's just forced me to pursue my passions being TikTok money and tutoring, which isn't stable. I just want a 9 to 5. Like, I've genuinely given up trying to be rich. I just want a 9 to 5 with a decent 30k salary. Bro, give me anything. I don't care, as long as it's halal money.
The UK job market strikes again, with people now staying in jobs that they don't like just because they can't secure an interview and get a job elsewhere. This post on Reddit says, anybody else stuck in a job I hate and the job market is terrible. This person then goes on to say they have a secure, decent paying job, but they hate it. The work environment is toxic and hard work is rewarded with overloading, constantly picking up other people's work. They say they go home feeling overwhelmed and stressed about what they need to do tomorrow. And they can't even enjoy holidays because they know people are looking for them. So this person wants to actively get out of the job they're in, but they can't seem to secure an interview elsewhere. And I think this just sums up the UK job market at the moment. Even the people in skilled jobs who have decades of experience are struggling with the UK job market. And the more and more I look at the landscape, things are getting worse and worse. But who's to blame for this? Is it the fact that companies can get away with paying a low wage because they know that the government will step in with universal credit and top up salaries? Or is it the fact that the government prevents investment in the United Kingdom because they've damaged the economy so much? When you look at the world and look at the USA, the opportunities are so much more. The pool of talent is greater, and there's way more money flowing into the USA compared to the UK. And even countries like India and China are seeing companies flock to them over the UK. So what can be done about this crazy UK job market? I think more investment is needed into the UK economy, but to do that, the government needs to make things exciting for people to want to come to the UK. Right now, there is no benefit for companies to come to the UK and create meaningful jobs. And companies know they can get away with paying shocking salaries because the government will step in with universal credit and top up that salary. And I think as long as people are willing to take these jobs that are pretty low paid, then companies will continue to offer them. I don't see the UK job market getting better anytime soon. Let me know what you think in the comments below.
Do you know what actually really gets on my last nerves? These job applications, like, what the hell? I spend hours, I'm not even joking, hours on applications, on even just like one application, because apparently putting my CV isn't enough. They want more information. They want me to rewrite my education history. They want me to rewrite my employment history. I'm doing all of this. I'm rewriting cover letters like specific to your jobs. I'm changing my CV specific to your job role, and you don't even have the decency to respond to my application. Not even a rejection email, just pure ghosted. Like, at least if I get rejected, I know that you've probably not even seen it, but you've at least seen my name and that my application has come through and you've just rejected me. But to ghost me and not even give me a response, that shit hurts.
The UK job market is absolutely cooked for students. So the number of young people who are either not in education or without a job has hit 1 million people in the UK. And I personally believe this is because there's simply not enough jobs. Every day I speak to loads of students who are very, very talented. However, they keep telling me that there's no jobs available. And I think this is just a summary about the UK decline. People are spending over 3 years at university to get a piece of paper with a certificate as a degree. They're trying really hard to upskill themselves, they're doing job interviews, but no employers are actually employing people. This is very concerning because this number is growing a lot, and in 10 and 15 years time, there's going to be a generation of people without work experience, so they can't get a better job. Now, this is one of the reasons why I left the UK as well. And I would encourage a lot of young people after they've left university or they can't get a job to contemplate, okay, is the UK a good place to have a career, to set up a family? Or instead, there might be better opportunities abroad. For example, in Europe, there's loads of employment, and in the US. Not only should you leave the UK just to find employment, but also there's a lot of remote work out there as well. So instead of applying for jobs for UK-based companies, try and apply for jobs overseas. Because a lot of international employers with big workforces want a 24/7 workforce, i.e. they want people in different time zones. So if you're in the UK on UK time zone and you're working for a US company, you might be able to bring advantages to their company. And I've created a list of job boards which are specifically for remote work. If you want access to that list, then DM me the word list and I'll send it to you.
We're approaching the end of May and I'm still unemployed. In the past month alone, since April, I put in about maybe 400 applications across many different sites for many different roles. I finished my master's degree last month. I've not received an invitation for one interview since then. I've applied for so many entry-level roles, retail roles, sales roles, recruitment consultants, tailored my CV for every single one of these roles. I have not received one invitation for an interview yet. Honestly, I just give up with the whole thing. Like, I honestly do not care anymore. The job market is absolutely cooked. In the UK, it's done.